For the first time in Madden 25, I am gonna be building my own team with only draft picks. Because today, we are gonna be rebuilding this 0 overall team, but I am only allowed to draft. So no free agents, no trading for players, only drafting. And by the end of this, we are gonna see how good we can make this team, and if we can turn it into the best roster in the league. But I'm excited to get into this one. I wanna keep this intro short, so super quick. Apparently y'all enjoy when I do these 0 overall drafting only rebuilds. So if we can get to 2,500 likes on this video, it'll let me know y'all wanna see this exact same thing again. I never set, the same video as a goal just again, but it seems like y'all really enjoy when I do this. So 2,500 likes, that was the goal on the last one and we hit it. So I probably should up it, but whatever. Leave a like on the video if you enjoy it. It sounds stupid, but it really does help out the channel. I would appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to hit 70K by the end of the month. We're on pace to hit that, so thank you for that. But if you like rebuilds, that's literally all I do. And then very last thing, let me know any fun ideas y'all have down in the comments. I'll say specifically, let me know any goofy 0 overall rebuild ideas y'all have, because I enjoy these. I've done them like a million times. And if I use your suggestion, I'll give you a shout out. Obviously no shout out for this, because this is just me doing the same thing again. But yeah, let me know any ideas y'all have. But without further ado, let's get into this rebuild. And there really isn't much for us to go over, but we gotta keep the tradition alive of guessing how many points per game we are gonna allow year one. Leave your predictions down in the comments. I'm gonna guess. I feel like the numbers have been lower in Madden 25. For 0 overall teams, the numbers seem lower, so I'm gonna guess we are gonna allow 70 points per game. Leave your predictions down in the comments. If you get it right, then, as I always say, you're cool, I guess. But alright, let's get to the end of the year, and we will see how this 0 overall team does. Wow, okay, we only allow 64 points per game. That's the lowest I think a 0 overall team has ever allowed here. That's not even that bad. I mean, that's bad, but I always say this, but shouldn't a 0 overall team, not be able to even move? How would they stop anything? Seems like we should have allowed way more points, but I don't know. But Jonathan Bullard at QB, great year, 700 yards, 0 touchdowns, 37 picks. As always, Byron Murphy. Well, not always Byron Murphy, but a 0 overall center allowed less sacks than a lot of my, 95 overall centers do, so that's fun. And then we had a ton of tackles, actually some TFLs, 8 for TJ Hawkinson. He has upgrades, but we can't spend them, of course. And then no sacks and no picks. Someone pointed out, I don't know how this happened, but in the last 0 overall rebuild I did, someone had half a sack, but that was it. I don't know how I didn't think of that at the time, but who got the other half sack? I don't think I've ever seen that in this game. Maybe it was I couldn't even think of what happened there. That was a certified EA moment. I don't know. Why am I even checking yearly awards? Whatever. Let's get into this first off season here, or this first draft, I should say. We're not even really gonna have an off season. And let's see what kind of strategy we should go with here. But in the draft, we obviously have the #1 pick. Now maybe the Vikings weren't the best option for this. This might make this challenge extra hard, but I guess that would be kind of fun if it is. I forgot we don't have any draft picks. I mean, we will next year, but we only have a 1, a 2, and then 2 5s, and that's it. So we're gonna need to trade down here, but there's a top 5 talent quarterback available, so I don't want to trade down. Pat Sutphin. So I think I'm gonna do this different from any way I've ever done a 0 overall draft pick only rebuild. I'm not gonna take the QB at #1, even though there is a really good one here. I'm still gonna trade down. Now, how far do I want to trade down is the question. There is another QB who's good, Charles Hutchinson, ranked 16, and then he's the only other decent QB, so it's either one of those two or probably nothing at all unless we get one of these two really late. So we need to trade this down. Let's trade down to about 10 with the Rams. Oh yeah, they don't have a second. Why don't they? Oh yeah, they traded up for, did they trade up for Braden Fisk? I think so. That was an interesting pick. Not my favorite, but we'll see. He'll probably be good because of the Rams coaching staff, but whatever. So how about, the Rams don't really need a QB. It says they do, but Stafford is 37 and down to an 80 overall. He doesn't have a dev trait in this game. game? What? That's insane. Okay, so there is a risk that they take our QB, but our QB isn't great, so I don't know if he's gonna go earlier than where he should. Do the Dolphins have a second this year? I think they do, unless they got in legal trouble again. I don't know. But all right, we're gonna trade down to 11. We're gonna get a lot of value, so we'll see what we can do. All right, we are gonna trade the first overall pick for pick 11, 43, a first and second next year, and then a first in 2027. I don't know how fair this trade is for either team. I don't know. It's not the most realistic rebuild ever, if you couldn't tell. But we now have obviously a lot more picks. The one thing is we're still not gonna have many picks this year, but we at least added one more this year. I might trade down one of our second round picks too. We'll see. But I wouldn't imagine they'll take the QB. Oh, I forgot to turn the whatever. Who cares? Maybe we trade back up for the quarterback. Who's gonna take him? Wait, the Cardinals maybe would. They don't. The Giants definitely would. I mean, we could trade back up. We just really don't have the picks. That's the problem. Yeah, it would be hard for a good QB to do well here anyways, year one, so let's not. Let's just get to our pick. And let's go with, we could maybe even trade down more, but I don't want to risk it. We'll go with Hutchinson here. Only 21 years old, out of South Carolina. Great throw power, elite strength. He might have normal dev, but he could also have X factor. It's always hard to say with like mid to late first round QBs in Madden. A good amount of them do have really good dev traits though, so let's see that. Normal dev, probably. I don't want to look at you. Ranked 35. Okay. Does have hidden dev at least. Not the fastest in the world, but good throw power. We'll take it. But the very first pick around 2, we very well could trade this down. Because there is a good corner, actually. I was going to say I didn't see anyone good here, but there is a good corner. Looks like the only good corner that we have scouted at least. Kirk Brown looks really good too. Maybe even Paul Lynch. I think we're going to trade this down though, because I think with our mid-second, we can get one of these 3. All 3 might still be available. We also definitely should take a receiver at some point. Oh, this doesn't look like a great receiver class, though. Maybe Jerron Brooks, but he's a projected UDFA, so we can't really bank on that. He does look actually pretty good, though. But we're going to trade this down. All right, not exactly the most realistic trade ever, but, I mean, it's honestly not even that great of a trade for us. We're trading all the way from the start of the second round to the very end, almost a first-round pick for a late second. We're getting a third, a fourth, a fifth next year, and then a sixth and a seventh this year. So kind of ripping ourselves off a little bit, but I just want a lot of picks. And it's not realistic for the Colts, because why would you trade all of your picks? But hey, they did it, so not my fault. Ooh, who was that? Hold on. Kevin Roll? Oh, okay. 4.61 speed. No thanks. I think I'm going to go with the corner. We could also take a chance on Kirk Brown. What's their speed? What's the speed difference here? Only good. Okay. I've seen corners run like a 4.52 and have like good speed, great acceleration. This dude ran a 4.4 and a 4.34 at his pro day and only has good speed, which is maybe fair, but only solid acceleration? Why? Like Isaiah Wheaton, perfect example. Not as extreme as I said, but ran a 4.5, solid speed, elite acceleration. He's faster. Good speed, good acceleration for Paul Lynch. Slower, but faster. But I think we're just gonna go with... Oh, I broke the game. We're just gonna go with Isaiah Wheaton because we don't know what Brown and Lynch look like, and we know Wheaton's a guaranteed first-round talent, so we'll take him. Get out of my face, Roger Goodell. Ranked 22, got him at 43. Only a good pick? He has hidden dev, though. That's kind of surprising. Most corners don't in Madden, at least the good ones. But with our later second-round pick, I have no idea what to do here. We don't really have many players scouted. D'Angelo Morant maybe looks good. What's your speed? Good speed, decent acceleration, but elite agility. But D-man, okay, maybe not. Is this just a horrible draft class? It might be. Maybe not, though. Paul Allison, not the fastest in the world, but at least has good speed. But he has A awareness, A man, B zone. I think we got kind of lucky here. Isn't projected to go until round 3, but I'm not gonna play any games here. I'm not gonna risk him getting picked early. This might be one of the best mid-round safeties I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be amazing, but maybe around an 80, which is kind of rare for a 3rd to 4th round talent. We'll take him. We'll see what he is. Is he a top 10 talent? Oh, what did I miss? He must have like D play rec. That's tough. This is like the most deceiving player I've ever seen. This dude looks like an 80 overall. I figured he wasn't because there had to be some reason he was going in like the 3rd to 4th round. It was still technically a good pick, but A man, A awareness, B zone. Unlucky. But all right, round 3, we should take some offensive players to help our rookie QB. These receivers look so terrible. Hold on. Is there anyone even decent? Ben Butler, no. Okay, receiver is going to be an issue for the year. Is there a good tight end? Maybe George Rosenberg? What's your speed? Great speed, great acceleration. He looks good, but now after I took that safety, I'm not as trusting of this draft class. I don't know. He looks really good on paper, but we'll still take him. We need somebody on offense. Ranked 43. Okay, not as good as he looked, but still good. Normal dev. What is this class? Am I just washed? Am I bad at drafting now? I mean, there was an update. Maybe they changed draft classes? I don't know. But I'll show a few more picks this year. Maybe this will be the last one. I want a lineman, but all the good ones are gone. This is gonna be a rough first year, but that's fine. It usually is in these, and then we become good. Luke Johnson, most boring name of all time contender. Sorry if your name's Luke Johnson. He ran a 4.83 as a tackle at 319 pounds. We're not gonna take him yet because he's a UDFA, but he's interesting. Okay, what do we want to do here? I just can't find anyone else that looks decent. Let's see, Dylan Gardner. Is he the best in the world? Probably not, but he's 357 at D tackle. Elite strength, obviously. A player IB awareness, probably like a 70 overall, but we'll take it. Ranked 120, got him at 123. I might just simulate the rest out. I mean, I haven't made a bad pick technically, but we haven't made any great picks either. No, I'll make a couple more picks and I'll see y'all for the draft recap. Okay, I think this might have been a terrible draft class. I can't tell for sure, but I mean, we didn't do amazing here. We technically didn't make any bad picks other than the last one. I don't want to talk about that. I just went with the last elite speed player left. Don't do that for linebackers unless they actually do look good. Every time I go with an elite speed linebacker in the 7th round, they're terrible. But Charles Hutchinson is a decent player, 75 overall, hidden dev, of course, ranked 31 out of QBs. So he's at least starting caliber, should develop a lot throughout the year, hopefully. I mean, it's going to be hard for him with this offense around him, but we'll see. Isaiah Wheaton, 75 overall too, hidden dev, very well-rounded player. But man, Paul Allison is like the disappointment of this draft. I thought he was amazing, and he's okay. At least he has hidden dev, but he's already 23. 89 speed, 86 excel. I didn't expect his, speed and excel to be great, obviously, but he had A-man, that's only a 77. He's just like, whatever. Again, he was ranked 50. We got him at 59. Like, that was a good pick technically, but not a great one. And then George Rosenberg, 74. Gardner's a 71. Did I forget to change this to strong draft classes? This was terrible. We ended up getting Jerron Brooks, the one lineman. I just forgot to look if he was still there, but whatever. And then we needed a running back, so I just took the one decent looking one. That was a solid pick, and then I don't want to talk about this. Would you be better at safety? He is 231, so he'd have to slim down a little bit, but he's only 5'11". I guess he might work better at safety. Oh yeah, I forgot it doesn't tell you what their overalls are anymore before you save. That's cool. He goes up to a whole 63. That makes it look great. But all right, let's get into year 2. We're definitely not going to win a game yet, but we'll see if we can make some improvements. Year 3 is where we should start winning a few games, and then year 4 we should be decent, good. We'll see. Oh wait, I do want to check the rest of the class though. I want to confirm if I suck or if this was a bad class. I suck. Okay, cool. There were some really good players, some really good usual positions in Madden. Guards and safeties are always super great. Ooh, I should have been looking at guards. I didn't look at them until like round 3 or 4. Kevin Pearson, and a round 2. Should have done that. I'm washed. My fault. But all right, here's a look at the team heading into year 2. I might just make this a really quick year because we definitely upgraded the team, but there are still a ton of holes. I guess this is usually how the team looks after the first draft, but not getting anyone better than like a 75 was a little rough. We still should develop a decent bit, like all the rookies we got. It's just, we're not going to come close to a win, I don't think. At least we shouldn't. But we got some like good rookies. So there's a chance we get offensive and defensive rookie of the year. Probably not offensive, but maybe defensive. We'll see though. I think it could be either Sullivan or Allison. I have them both as sub linebackers, so it's just a battle of who gets more tackles probably for defensive rookie of the year. But yeah, I wanted to make sure we had a QB and a running back because, if you don't have both, you're absolutely cooked. But all right, let's just get to the end of year 2. We'll make this a super quick year. But okay, we obviously finish 0-17 in year 2. We actually didn't get beat that bad by the Steelers. I mean, 38-3 still sucks, but only a 35-point loss. We're getting there. Ooh, okay. Charles Hutchinson was terrible. 1,300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 18 picks. We should have just started Jonathan Bullard. Maybe we actually should have, because we got one of the, I don't know what it's called, but one of the storylines storylines where you sit your quarterback and get him a ton of development. I didn't do that because I thought, well, he'll develop a little bit anyways as the starter, and it'll help our other pieces on offense develop. But Isaiah Goodson actually did a little better than I expected, up to an 80 or a 70 overall. I've seen worse. But 400 yards for Jerron Brooks led the team. He was whatever. Up to a 74, that's cool. Rosenberg, 333 yards. Only 5 sacks allowed from Mekhi Blackman and Byron Murphy. That's only 8 from Nick Mullins. I don't even want to talk about it, whatever. But 141 tackles from Paul Allison led the team. Oh my God. He had a year. TFL's 19 from Dylan Gardner. Okay, our defense, at least individual players, did much better than our offensive guys. Sacks, 4 for Gardner, 2 for Sullivan. Picks, 4 for Wheaton, 3 for Allison, 2 for Sullivan. I mean, to be fair, they were on the field for like, I don't even want to know how many snaps. Maybe it's not as many as okay. Glenn Sullivan played 1,500 snaps. Now, to be fair, I did start him at like every defensive position, like both rush ends, sub linebacker, just anywhere I could put him, I put him. So we definitely some inflated production, but it worked. I don't know if we're gonna get defensive rookie of the year, but 141 tackles, 2 TFLs, 3 picks, 12 pass deflections. Did we have any forced fumbles? No. In 1,500 snaps, we didn't have any. Okay, but still, we should get defensive rookie of the year. Can't wait to get number 2. But speaking of that, let's check out yearly awards. Shockingly, nobody up here for MVP. No way. But Puka Nacua wins offensive player of the year. No Vikings, shockingly. Defensive player of the year goes to Micah Parsons. Who would have guessed? Madden loves their Cowboys. But offensive rookie of the year, I mean, we should have players up here, just not very high. It goes to Pat Sutphin. I feel like that's gonna haunt me. I mean, to be fair, we had to trade down, or else we would have gotten Sutphin and like 3 other players. And he would not have done nearly as good here, obviously. But he probably has X Factor. We saw he was an 82 overall after the draft. But Goodson at 5, Brooks at 6, Rosenberg at 7, and Allison does win Defensive Rookie of the Year. It was maybe a little scary. Chad McGriff at number 2 for the Eagles. That sounds like a baseball player name or something. Isaiah Wheaton at 3, Glenn Sullivan at 4. I'm surprised he didn't get like much more production. He played about 1 billion snaps. He played genuinely the most snaps I think I've ever seen. How do you play 1,500 snaps and not just collapse after the year? I don't know. But Gardner at 5, and then I think that was all of our defensive rookies. Or no, we had one other corner. But all right, better first year than I expected. We still obviously didn't win a game, but it's not surprising. We have a 25. How did we go down in overall? We were a 33, I thought. Just really terrible morale. That makes sense. But let's get into the second offseason here. Oh yeah, and I guess I didn't even think, oh, hey, maybe we have some good dev traits. We just don't have any. All of them are star. We actually got a decent amount of hidden devs, but no good ones. But whatever, we should honestly get a couple superstar devs on defense after the year. We'll see. I have to cut all the practice squad players now, but it looks like Gardner did get superstar dev. That's one I was hoping for. I was hoping Allison could go up to X Factor because he had such an insane year stats-wise, but we'll take the superstar. No X Factor, but superstar. Up to 90 zone coverage. That's crazy. Already the 9th ranked free safety at only an 83. I mean, we'll take that. Top 10 free safety already. I was hoping Wheaton could get one because he had 5 picks, or 4, but oh well. But Sullivan didn't get a dev trait? Really? Okay, at least we got a couple, but I feel like we should have gotten more. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But all right, let's get to another draft. I'll have to cut all these practice squad players, and we'll see what we want to do this year. We're probably going to trade down again, but we'll see. I focus scouted receivers this year, so maybe it said it was the strongest position group in the class, so hopefully there's some good ones. But of course, we have the number 1 pick once again. We also have number 9. I'm very glad we, traded down last year. But what should we do here? There is an insane looking receiver. I think that's who we have to take. I mean, I don't really see another option. Mike Bass. He isn't as good as other top 5 talent receivers I've seen, of course. I've seen some like 85 overalls. I definitely don't think he's that. I don't even know if he's like amazing. He could be if some of those A ratings are like super great, which I've said this a million times, but I'll say it again. We need A+ ratings to really know, like in real life, you can tell if someone's like great at something like an A, or if they're like different, if they're like elite, which should be an A+. So I don't know why those aren't a thing. It should be. It's stupid that they aren't. It makes it so much harder to draft, whereas that wouldn't really be an issue in real life because you could tell. So some of those A ratings must be like what should be A+s on Mike Bass because he's really not that good of a route runner. He's not like exceptionally fast. I mean, he ran a 4.36 at his pro day, but only solid speed. I mean, I still think we'll take him, but I don't know if he's like, he might be an 80. We at least know he's about worth this pick. Probably like the 4th or 5th ranked player in the class, I would guess. We'll take him. Could be first. Number 2. Okay, some of those ratings must be like 99. Some of those A's. He has 96 jumping, 93 excel, 76 strength. We'll take it. And he's left-handed just like me for real. And let's see, at number 9, I don't know what we're gonna do here, honestly. This could be a trade down pick, maybe. There are still good receivers, but no like top 5 talents anymore, obviously. There are a couple mid-first though. I'm tempted by Bruce Andrews, but we have other needs. There's a decent guy, day 3, Terrence McClendon, 2nd to 3rd round talent. Nobody good in the UDFA section though. And let's see, I focus scouted some guards. Gil McCarthy. The right guards aren't very good though. Of course, there are no like monster guards this year. Jalen Wheeler actually looks really good though. Day 3, we'll probably take him. We'll definitely take him if he's available day 3. I don't know what I want to do now though, because we got our receiver, but I mean, we could go Gil McCarthy, but that would be a little bit of a reach here. We might trade back to 20 and take him. Let's see, is there like a blatantly, obviously amazing pass rusher? Nah. Chris Proctor looks solid. And then maybe Dante Smith? He might be good, but only C player. He does have elite acceleration though. A pursuit. We're hoping A finesse moves. I don't know. What about Matthew George? Great speed and acceleration. No. I think these are like 2nd to 3rd round talents. I think we're gonna trade this pick down. Ooh, Spencer Abraham. A awareness block shed play rec. We just don't know what his pass rush moves are. And he only has poor acceleration. Man, these drafts have been tough. I don't know if I'm crazy, but I feel like they did change something with draft classes. I don't know for sure though. I'm never like caught up with updates for the game. I should be, but I'm not. We could go with a safety. I'm sure there's a really good safety, but we'll trade down. We'll trade back to maybe, where's that guard projected to go? 20, or no, that's the corner. Oh, he's not projected to go for a while. 44. So let's trade down to like 22 and pick up even more draft picks. All right, we're gonna get a 2 this year, a 2 next year, and a 3 this year from the Bengals to move from 9 to 22. And let's hope the guard's still here. What was his name? It wasn't Freeman. That's a defensive end. I'm so bad with Madden generated player names. I never remember what they are. I always scare myself and think they got picked. Gil McCarthy, that's his name. I don't know where Freeman came from, but 1st round talent, probably will be around like 20 something, but I don't know. He actually does look really good. Just his finesse isn't great. He could be like top half of the 1st round, but I mean, I predicted that with that safety last year and he sucked. I mean, at least he won defensive rookie of the year, but whatever. Gil McCarthy, we'll take him out of Ohio State. I need to turn the draft presentation off, but ranked number 7 in the class, A+ pick. We're back. We're so back. 2 top 10 talents with the first 2 picks. We'll take it. I mean, they're 2 1st round picks, but still. Oh, and we have 3 2nd rounders. I think we're done trading down for now. I think we should just take good players. Let's go with, do we want to go with Bowden or Boone? Let's go with Bowden because he's projected to go first. I did see some other good corners and there are good safeties, so we should think about them. Lance Capers, am I prepared to be hurt again? Okay, he actually looks better, maybe. Still has some of the same flaws, like the play rec in the zone cover. No, but the safety last year at B zone. Am I prepared to be hurt again? Maybe. This looks like a really good safety class. All of these guys look pretty good. There isn't one I can point to and be like, oh yeah, he's terrible. Except maybe Harry Peterson. Terrible name. Awful name. Get that changed. But D-man, C to F play rec. I think we'll just go with the corner though. Silas Frazier actually looks pretty good too. What's your speed? Good speed, elite acceleration. What does Bowden have? Oh, great speed, elite acceleration. Okay. But Frazier has better awareness and play rec and press. I think Frazier might be pretty good. I mean, it's risky because he isn't scouted, but we're at a point where we can take risks. Let's take him. Ranked 17, got him at 33. No dev trait though. All right. The other guy was probably better, but he's good too. But now at 41, do we want to go with the receiver or the safety? I think we'll go with the receiver because we only, well, I guess we have 2 now. But safeties always play bad in Madden. It doesn't really matter if you have a good one or not. So we'll just take Lance Boone. 1st round talent, guaranteed good pick. We should start thinking about taking more linemen too and not get so caught up in just the best players we can take. But I do want to take Lance Boone. Ranked number 9, we have gotten 3 top 10 talents so far. No dev trait, of course. He's a playmaker receiver, but good player on paper. We'll take it. Never never going to turn into anything great because no dev trait because the game hates me, but good overall. And I want to take a good lineman. Daniel Farr looks solid, but maybe he doesn't. I don't know. He has A, run block power, but C to F, pass block power. Jalen Wheeler is, of course, still available. We'll take him soon. And then these guards are solid, the right guards. Timmy Gates looks not great. I might just go with Daniel Farr because he looks fine, and that's better than any other lineman here, and we need some linemen. Jaron Underwood looks good too, but let's go with Daniel Farr. Probably not great, I'm realizing that, but he's solid. I just wanted a lineman. He's about worth the pick. That's all I could ask. We're gonna need some pass rush, obviously. You can only get good pass rushers in round 1, so there's really almost no point in even looking, but we still could take one just so we have one. There's a good receiver left too, Thurman Coakley, but we have 3 receivers. We should prioritize other stuff. I think I'm gonna go with Greg Oliver. Ran a 4.83 at 297 pounds, and that's apparently just solid because he's listed as a defensive end and being compared against like edge rushers. But great strength, A block shed, A play rec, A tackle, B awareness, B power moves. Looks really good on paper. Is probably only like a 73, but we need some D-line. We have like 2 front 7 players, and that's it. I'm gonna guess a 73. I don't know what that's... Ooh, maybe he's better than that. Ranked 33 in the class. And hidden dev. Okay, that was a good pick. Almost a first round talent. Right on the edge. I feel like we always get players that are ranked 33. That's kind of weird. But alright, I'll make a few more picks, and we'll see how we did this year. That was only ranked as a good pick. That was a first round talent corner. Whatever. But okay, much better draft this year. A lot more picks this year, to be fair, but overall just better in general. Mike Bass, 80 overall. Very much not a scheme fit, but whatever. We can change our scheme if we want to. 90 spec catch, of course, 96 jumping, 87 catch in traffic. Honestly, some of those ratings aren't even as insane as I expected. I thought he would have to have like 95 spec catch, 93 catch in traffic to be an 80 overall, just because his route running wasn't great, but I guess his route running looks better than advertised. It isn't amazing, but it's good. So he'll be our #1 receiver. We'll see how he does. And then we definitely revamped this offensive line, starting with Gil McCarthy, 78 overall, 88 lead block, 91 impact block, 91 strength, good power, just bad finesse. Silas Frazier, solid, 76 overall, just no dev trait. Lance Boone, 78 overall, no dev trait, of course, but good player. I mean, if either one of those two had a dev trait, that would make me feel even better about the future of this team. That's just unlucky. But Daniel Farr, 78 overall, we'll have to see who we want to play at tackle. We might even just keep the 0 overall guards and centers because they play better than these guys probably would on the interior for God knows what reason. It'll probably be McCarthy and Farr at tackle, but we'll see. But Greg Oliver, 75 overall, really good player. I'm like half tempted to switch these defensive playbooks or just the playbooks in general, because I don't know how the Vikings do in Madden. They do well, but I don't know if that's carried by how good they made JJ McCarthy or what. Plus, we're stuck as a 3-4 storm, and that's definitely not really what we're going to do anymore. We'll see, though. Raphael Craig, 76 overall. I mean, he's as good as the guy we took in the early second, like literally the first pick of the second. So maybe this wasn't the best pick in the world, but I mean, it was still good, technically. He was ranked 17. And then Jalen Wheeler wasn't as good as I expected, but he was still fine. He was ranked like 108, and we got him at like 97 or whatever that pick is. But he'll start, he'll play, so that was fine. And then I don't want to talk about the last picks of this draft. These weren't great. But we actually did find a playable pass rusher. He isn't good, but he'll play. Has good power moves and acceleration, so maybe he can get a sack and a half if we're lucky. Hopefully more than that, but you never know. But let's get into year 3. I'm feeling a lot better about the team. It still isn't amazing, but it's much better. But okay, we are looking much better this year. Up to a 63, which of course isn't great, but it's better than the 33 we were last year. Just a couple tough drafts. I mean, I didn't even look, but this legitimately might have been a bad draft class. It was good for us, but Mike Bass was the second best player, and he was only an 80, so it probably wasn't a very good draft class, unfortunately, but we still did well, so what more can we really do? But yeah, I feel good about this offense. We only have one 12 overall still starting. We could technically move no, I guess we don't have any backups that aren't 12 overalls, so it should be fine though. If there's any position I feel fine about having a 12 overall at, it is definitely offensive line in Madden. In real life, that would be like the position I would feel worst about, other than maybe QB, but in Madden, then it doesn't make a difference, like, at all. It's maybe better. But on defense, still a couple 12 overall starting. Justin Jefferson at defensive end, linebacker, and then outside linebacker, or edge, I guess. So we still have a few questions there. Wait, who's this? Is this? Oh yeah, this is someone I drafted. Let's put him at linebacker. I forgot we had him. Kobe Lindley. Actually, are either of them decent pass rushers? 57 finesse, 80 or 46 power for Sullivan. And then Lindley's even worse, so we'll just stick him at off-ball linebacker. But yeah, we should obviously be better this year. That makes us a 66 overall, so that definitely helps. I'm glad I thought to do that. We still definitely won't be great this year, but we could sneak a game or two. We'll see. So let's get... I still don't think we're going to have any re-signings or anything like that to worry about. So let's just get to the end of the year once again, and we will see how this team does. Okay, it looks like we do finally get our first win of the rebuild. It was only one win, and it came in the first half of the year, I know that. It was against the Jets, of course it was. 16-14, very low-scoring game. We had a few other close ones, like we were within one score of the Dolphins, Saints, Bears. That's about it. I guess technically the Falcons, 8 points. We did get destroyed in a good amount of the games. We should have gotten destroyed in every game still, to be fair, because we're only a 69 overall now, which nice, but not great, but better. We develop. Now for dev traits. This game hates me. Did I forget to set very strong draft classes? We still haven't drafted a superstar dev. Oliver has star, but way more surprisingly, Bass only has star and McCarthy only has star. It almost seems like top 5 talent receivers and like top 10 talent guards are locks to have superstar dev, but of course they didn't here. It's just gonna be one of those rebuilds, man. It's a challenge. But hey, at least they have star. I guess it could be worse. It could be normal, but still, that's annoying. I don't even know if it could technically be normal. I don't know if I've seen a top 10 talent guard and a top 5 talent receiver have normal dev. Maybe a playmaker receiver, but I don't know. But at least we got a win. Can't complain too much. Charles Hutchinson was much better now that he has an actual offense in front of him. Still not a good offense, but some players that aren't a 12 overall. 3,200 yards, 20 touchdowns, 15 picks. About as well as he could have done with the offense around him. I mean, arguably. But Isaiah Goodson, 700 yards, 3.4 per carry, 6 touchdowns. I expected worse. We still need better, but could be worse. But Mike Bass, 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Oh, that screams number 2 for offensive rookie of the year. Are we gonna get cucked? Probably. 760 yards for Boone, though. 730 for Brooks. Only 400 for Rosenberg. I kind of want a more pass-heavy offense. I know we're already really pass-heavy, but I don't know. I kind of want more. We're actually not that pass-heavy. I don't know if we just had low pass attempts because we were bad, or I don't know. It's hard to say. Daniel Jones is the Seahawks QB now. That's fun. He actually did really well, though. But every quarterback does well in Madden. Hutchinson was the worst by a lot, and he wasn't even that bad. But for blocking, Gil McCarthy allowed 20 sacks, which was 10 more than Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy actually did worse than I expected, but I mean, should he even be allowing only 10 sacks as a 12 overall? I don't know. But Jalen Wheeler did very well at right tackle. Evan Thompson did solid, and then Daniel Farr was amazing at left guard, so we'll take it. Then Kobe Lindley led the team with 135 tackles, 107 for Allison, TFL's 13 for Sullivan, Sanchez, Oliver, and Gardner. Apparently that was our lucky number, the unlucky number, I guess. But sacks, 8 for Gardner, 6.5 for Oliver. He had a really good rookie year. 6 for Sanchez. He did well as a rookie, even though he isn't the best player in the world. He is up to a 74, though. He went up 7 overall with no dev trait. We'll take it. He, could be a legitimate starter for the rest of this rebuild, then, because he didn't do too terribly, and he developed. But interceptions, 3 for Allison, 2 for Lindley, and then 1 for a few players. We might get double cucked here, because I feel like Lindley did well, but I don't know if he did well enough for defensive rookie of the year. He got a ton of tackles. Now, are tackles the best stat in the world? Absolutely not, but Madden sure values them, so he did lead the league in tackles, so he should at least get some award for some dev trait for that. But let's check out yearly awards. MVP goes to Lamar, obviously not going to have anyone up here, but offensive player of the year goes to Puka Nacua, again, sensing a theme there. Defensive player of the year, we wouldn't have anyone, would we? No. But offensive rookie of the year, possibly what is going to be the most important of this entire rebuild. Bass needs a dev trait. I just feel like he's going to get second. I feel like there's someone who definitely did better. Probably a QB. No, he does win it. Okay, that's massive. Now, he should have had a dev trait to begin with. It's stupid that he didn't, but we will take it. Boone at number 6, and then defensive rookie of the year. At this point, I don't know. We got the one we needed, but can we also get defensive? We do. Kobe Lindley wins it with Sanchez at 2 and Oliver at 3. We top 3 it. As you would hope, because we had a lot of rookies starting, but we'll still take it. That's huge. So things are looking up. Let's get into the offseason and let's see what kind of dev traits we get. Should get at least superstar for Bass, star for Lindley, but we'll see if we get any others. We could. Also, we've had some interesting Super Bowls here. Kind of realistic ones, surprisingly. That might be the best Super Bowl of all time. 41-40, the Lions win it. This one wasn't as great. 41-21, the Chiefs win it over the Rams. Not super close. And then Bills 49ers. I don't know about the Bills winning the Super Bowl. I feel like their roster, ironically, I was going to mention Khalil Shakir could be a big breakout, but I don't love their receiving core. Dalton Kincaid could be a big breakout too, but I don't know. I feel like that roster definitely got worse. Trading Stephon Diggs and now losing. Is Matt Milano out for the year? Or I can't remember. He might return. So I don't know about Super Bowl Madden, but sure. But let's see what kind of dev traits we got. Wait, did we not hit the Super Bowl week yet? Am I stupid? It didn't give him anything for Offensive Rookie of the Year? Lindley went up to Superstar. Sanchez went up to star. Allison X Factor. This game is like messing with me today. Despite winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, Bass doesn't actually win Offensive Rookie of the Year and doesn't get any upgrade points or dev trait. You know, I know I don't know. Sometimes you have to win Offensive Rookie of the Year like overall, not just for your conference. But sometimes you can just win your conference and still get the boosts. But sometimes you don't. You know what it might be? I think the game is broken. I've had it very recently where we didn't actually win a Rookie of the Year, but it still said we did. We got number 2, but it still gave us the like Offensive Rookie of the Year and plus dev trait and XP. Maybe this is cheating, but I think this is the game being bad. I wish I could check right now who got second and check if they got the boost for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let me see. Let me check back in the recording. It was Waters for the Packers. Let me see. He does have Superstar Dev. This game, man, I called it. How does that happen? Does it like change? Let me go a week and see if it put him in first. Like maybe the playoffs have an impact and I just didn't know that. Let me see. Where can I check again? Or can I check again? Let me see. Do we have any like 5th year options or anything? No. All right, let me see. What happened here? Oh, we still can't check it. Can we just never check it again? Because I don't think the season recap would tell us each conference. It would just tell us the overall. Bruce Andrews for the Titans. Do I give it to Bass or is that lame? I mean, he literally won Offensive Rookie of the Year. It just gave it to the wrong player because this game sucks. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year. I even should give him XP boosts, like some rating boosts, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm giving him the dev trait. Don't care. Didn't ask. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Madden, please fix your game. It's terrible. But let's get into yet another draft, and we'll have to see what we want to do this year. I have to cut the practice squad players, but we still have a few holes. But we, of course, have the number 1 pick again, going 1-16. I definitely think we're going to trade this pick down too. Like, there are some good looking players up here, but we just don't have any of them scouted, so that's tough. I should have focus scouted Shaquille Nichols. We still could honestly take him because he looks ridiculous. I just don't know if he's good. We might take him though, which is risky. I have a terrible track record of taking bad edge rushers because I can just never tell if they're good. But if there's someone that looks this good, I mean, a power moves, block, shed, tackle, he'll at least be like a 75. He could be really good. I don't know. Edge is the most like deceiving position. I've already used that word in this rebuild, but whatever. Players will look insane, but then they'll be like a 72. Like the defensive end we got last year was good, but he had like almost all A's or B's. I think he did have all A's or B's, and he was a 75, which is good, but like, I don't know, their scales like messed up for defensive ends. But he ran a 4.6, 35 bench reps, elite strength, change of direction, great speed, agility, acceleration. We'll take him. He's probably, I don't even know how good he is. Oh, okay, he's fine. Ranked 19, got him at number 1. See, this is why you focus scout. That's still a fine pick, but it gave me an A+. It's not a great pick. But to be fair, we needed an edge rusher, and he was like the one decent looking one. So you gotta do what you gotta do. My drafting has not been great today, though. And I really don't see a good guard this year. here. I focus scouted the center, but he's bad. 3rd to 4th round talent. I don't know. This feels like another, like, bad draft class. It shouldn't be, but it might be. Brandon Schultz is really strong, but he's just not good. Strength is the only thing he has. This is tough. This is really tough. There are some good edge rushers. Oh, they're gone. Okay, there were a couple 1st to 2nd round talents, but I know we just took one, but it's still always good to carry 3 in Madden. I mean, and in real life, obviously, but you just never know if they're actually going to play well in Madden. But let's see. This is a pick we could actually trade down because I don't really love anybody here. There's some good looking players, but what do we need? We need a center, which there aren't any good ones. We need another D lineman. I know we just took a defensive end, but he's obviously going to play outside linebacker. I really don't know what I want to do. I just don't see anyone that would help us that much. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody, but we could be stupid and go with a running back. Now, I'm terrible at drafting running backs, so whatever pick I make here is going to be a horrible reach, but we'll play risky here. We're in a position where we can play a little risky because we mostly have every position filled. There are some good-looking running backs too. George Shepard, not the fastest, but every running back in Madden is unbelievably slow. There are like 2 every year with good speed. Look at this. 4.75, and this dude's a 1st to 2nd round talent. Like, what are we doing here? He doesn't even have that bad of speed. I mean, he has poor speed, but good acceleration. He should have poor for both. That's a 1st to 2nd round projection. 4.75 speed. This guy actually has good speed. Tyrell Cooper. I don't know if he's great, but he looks pretty good. I kind of like Burst, though, or Shepard. We already have a power back, but Shepard doesn't have very good carrying. I don't know. I feel like no matter what I do, I'm going to not make a great pick here, but I'm at least acknowledging that. I'm realizing that fact. Burst could be good because he has absurd strength, but he's kind of only power, no speed really, or receiving. Man, this is tough. We could even go multiple running backs just to, you know, see if we can luck into one. I think we'll go with Shepard though. He has the better speed. Still not very good speed, but elite agility. I like that. A few A ratings, A juke, A spin, A break tackle, hopefully A awareness. Probably a bad player, but whatever. Rank, okay, no, not a bad player. Number 3 in the class. No, this game is really testing me today. But let's see, what else do we need? Still need another D lineman, and we still need a center. Who was the really strong guard? I don't think he's still available. Deontay Buchanan? Nah. Yeah, I think that one guard's gone. Maybe he was good. I don't know. I didn't want to be the one to find out if he was or not. There's gotta be a good lineman in here somewhere, right? Like, where are they hiding? I don't know. Let's go with Randall Barton. He looks solid. The only problem is we're gonna have to move him to defensive end or move someone to defensive end, which maybe I don't love now that I think about it. Maybe we should just go with a defensive end, but none of them looked very good. There's Akeem Peak who looks fine. This is gonna be a terrible class on paper. I'm realizing that, but I'm just trying to fill out the last needs we have because I don't see any amazing players here. So we'll go with Peak, probably ranked 50, ranked 70. I was being pessimistic with that, and it was even worse. My expectations were 0, and I'm still disappointed. That's awesome. And let's see, let's go with Daniel Sheffield. He looks fine. Ranked number 10. Ooh, hidden dev at corner. Okay, that's a good pick. We'll take it. We have more than enough DBs, but we'll figure out something to do with them. But I'll make the rest of these picks, and we will see how we did. But okay, this actually looks like a really good class on paper. This might have been a good class. I can't tell. It's hard to say. But I mean, we got an 81, a 77, a 78. Like, this looks better than I expected. Now, no dev trait for George Shepard, which is terrible. I mean, maybe he can play well enough to get Offensive Rookie of the Year, but it's going to be tough. He should do well, though. But Shaquille Nichols, I wish he was a little better. He is good, just his power and finesse aren't amazing. But I mean, athletically, he's a monster. 90 strength, 84 speed, 87 excel. That's crazy. It's not that crazy for Madden, because every athlete looks like this, or every player looks like this for whatever reason, but still good. Does go down 2 overall at outside linebacker. That's about what I expected, but that's fine. And then, of course, Shepard an 81, Peak a 74. He's solid. Sheffield 78, hidden dev. Paul Hargrave 75 overall, hidden dev, is gonna go down in overall when I move him to middle linebacker, but that's fine. Actually, maybe he won't. He does, just one. Okay. Then Ben Cheeks. There are so many players with the last name Cheeks in Madden. Then I got Rob Plummer. He was just a random UDFA I focus scouted that looked decent, and he is. Philip Beach. He was ranked number 161, and I got him at 161, so that was a perfect pick, I guess. And then Kitchen is fine. He had a dev trait, so that's cool. I don't know why I took another running back. I just felt like it. I don't know. Sometimes I just turn my brain off and pick. That's what I do for a lot of them. But overall, really good class. I know we had a million picks, but we did well. Ooh, there was a really good tight end. 91 speed. Good receiver. We got the best running back in the class. Just unlucky that he didn't have a dev trait. There weren't any amazing guards this year. Gordon Woodson was good, but no like second to third round amazing ones. Buchanan was a good player. I figured I maybe should have taken him, but I don't know. Peak is good too. We needed him. So let's get into year 4 already. Is it year 4? This is going quick. But let's get into year 4 and we will see how the team's looking. I'm feeling good about the team for the first time. But okay, heading into the year, we are a 77 overall, 79 offense, 75 defense. We're good. Not great, but we're getting there. Still definitely the lowest overall team in the league, but by the start of next year, we could be better at least than some teams. I kind of want to do some interesting stuff this year. Let's start Beach at tight end just because he has a dev trait. Rosenberg has been okay, but I guess he just doesn't get the ball much, but he isn't going to develop much more. So we'll try Beach. I'm still thinking about trying a new offensive playbook, but I don't know. We could. I kind of want to get Shepard some development though, so I think we'll stick with our playbook now, then maybe switch to like the Chiefs next year. I don't know. We'll see. But this defense is somehow a lower overall than our offense, but I feel a lot better about it for some reason. I mean, I guess I see how it's a lower overall, but we just have a lot more dev traits on defense, which usually does happen in these. I mean, the production year 1 definitely helps them get some dev traits from the offense being so bad. Also, Nichols has already gone up 2 overall in the preseason. That's kind of interesting. He'll probably only have star dev because this game hates me, but he's developing like he has superstar or something. But all right, let's get to the midseason point once again, or well, not once again. This will be the first time we get to the midseason point because I think we'll have at least a 5th year option or something. Will we have re-signings yet? I can't do the math in my head. It's year 4, so yeah, we should have. Why did we not have 5th year options last year? We had a first round pick. I don't know. I'm probably just being stupid, but let's get to the midseason point. Okay, we're 1-6 at the midseason, which is about fair. We're still the lowest overall team in the league, so we can't expect too much yet. We should soon. The Giants have a QB battle? What? Is this just some Madden type shit? Do they not actually have one? No, they shouldn't. That's Tanner McKee apparently challenging for the job of Pat Sutphin, who's almost 20 overall higher than him. Awesome. But do we have some re-signings this year? When are our re-signings gonna come? We have Hutchinson, so we'll pick up his 5th year option when we can, but it was kind of pointless to get to the midseason here. So, like the quickest midseason I've ever had in a rebuild. Let's get to the end of the year. But okay, we finish 5-12 in year number 3, or what year are we in? We're in year 4. I can't keep track of years. I don't know why. But we actually did better than we should have. I mean, we shouldn't have even won 5 games. Now, 5 games isn't great, but I would assume we're the lowest overall team in the league by a lot still. It definitely looks like we are. The Commanders and Browns and Broncos are all in 84, and the Titans, but we're still only in 80. So we shouldn't have even won 5 games to be fair, but ooh, wait a minute. That said we had 3 X factors. Ooh. Okay, so I'm thinking our number 1 pick might have X factor. We'll see. But Hutchinson, 3,200 yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 picks. Better year than last year, but still not that good. Like, for real life, that would be a good year. I should, I always feel the need to explain that because I can just imagine the comments like, what, 24 touchdowns and 11 picks isn't that good? It's not good for Madden. It was one of the worst QB years for QBR, or passer rating at least. Like, bottom 6. So, I don't know. I'm not that sold on Charles Hutchinson. Obviously, he doesn't have the best offense around him, but he isn't doing the best. I think we'll pick up the 5th year option, but we also could trade him. I don't know. But George Shepard was okay. 800 yards, 3.7 per carry, 6 touchdowns. I mean, he did better than Goodson, but not that good. But Mike Bass, 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. The real offensive rookie of the year. I mean, he literally was. I don't even feel bad about cheating and giving him a dev trait. He literally won it. But 800 yards for Boone, 600 for Cheeks, only 400 for Beach. But the blocking was actually better than I expected. McCarthy wasn't great. Wheeler wasn't great. Plummer wasn't great. But overall, I expected worse. What is that, like 40 sacks? Only 34. I've seen much worse, believe me. But Kobe Lindley, 138 tackles, TFL 17 for Gardner, 11 for Peak, 10 for Nichols, and sacks. 10 for Peak as a rookie led the team. I see some shenanigans here. 5.5 for Gardner and Sanchez, 4.5 for Oliver, 3.5 for Nichols. He only has star Factor? Who has X Factor then? Does Peak have X Factor? Why do we have 3 X Factors? If it's Beach, I'm gonna scream. I love Madden. Madden NFL 25. Our number 1 pick doesn't have X Factor, but our, like, 5th round blocking tight end does. Because there are so many, like, X Factor-worthy pure blocking tight ends in the NFL. This game feels like a mental health test. I don't know. Not to mention the number 1 pick getting 3.5 sacks despite being a good player. But interceptions, 3 for Lindley and Frazier, 2 for Allison and Wheaton, and then 1 for Craig. We still have 1 unexplained X Factor. Who's the 3rd one? Am I just forgetting that we already had 2? Of course Beach, but who's 3rd? It's Justin Jefferson. Never mind. All right, that's disappointing. Cool. We'll definitely go with a more pass-heavy offense now, but, like, it's cool we got an X Factor. Why couldn't it have been an actual good player who got production, though? Why couldn't our actual good players get production? That's the better question, at least for pass rushers. But let's check out yearly awards. Brock Purdy wins MVP. I'm gonna do some things I can't say on YouTube. I read Puka Nacua. Wan'Dale Robinson on the Packers up there, sure. Darnell Mooney in 2027. Deontay Johnson on the Commanders, okay. Kobe Lindley at 8 for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Noah Alexander for the Cowboys wins it. Shepard at 3, Cheeks at 4, Beach at 5, and Akeem Peak at least wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's cool. Can't wait for it actually to go to Paul McNeil and for Peak to not get a dev trait. That'll be cool. Has this always been a glitch where it doesn't actually give it to the player who wins it and gives it to number 2? Because I've had times where we don't get a dev trait for Defensive Rookie of the Year, but I just assumed it went off of, like, who won it overall and not for each conference. Like, it only gave 1 player a dev trait out of the 2 conferences, but I didn't know it was just broken. I don't know. You know what? I do want to check and see if it changes, or does it just automatically lock when we go into the playoffs? No, still all the same and still exactly the same. I don't know. Game bad. Oh God, we have a Chiefs. I thought we escaped the Chiefs Cowboys Super Bowls. I didn't see any upgrade points though. Hold on. Maybe it already spent them. Let me see. Okay, Peak did get Superstar this year. He stayed as the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Thankfully, I didn't have to force it again. Superstar Dev, we'll take it. But all right. Also, Lindley went up to X Factor. Doesn't really say why. Did he make a Pro Bowl? I don't know. But let's get into what could be the final offseason here. It depends on how we do next year. And we have some interesting decisions to make this year. So I think we're gonna pick up the 5th year for Hutchinson, but I don't know for sure if we're gonna commit to him long-term or not. Cause, I mean, I don't know how much long-term there really is, but like, he hasn't been playing that well, and the blocking wasn't really an issue. He has good receivers, not the best, but good. I just don't know if he's ever gonna play that well. I mean, he could, but I'm almost tempted to draft a new QB. The roster's fairly complete, even though we don't have, like, the best players at certain positions. I don't know, man. We could trade him. We could. Oh, that's cool. Frazier went up to... Why did Frazier get Superstar? Don't know. Cool. But all right. Let's get to the draft once again, and we'll see what we want to do. But all right, for the first time in this rebuild, we don't have the number 1 pick, and we only have 1 first-round pick this year. I guess we only had 1 first the first year, I think. Wow, this is a really good QB class. I wish I focus scouted one of them. Some of these guys look terrible, like Chase Wilson. Is this guy even draftable? His F awareness ran a 5.07. Okay, these receivers look pretty good though. Well, at least Cruz, maybe both, but I think I know what I'm gonna do here, and I do think we are gonna trade down. We don't necessarily need to trade down. Like, I'm not trading down because I don't know what to do with this pick. I'm trading down because there's a top 5 talent guard this year, Joe Booth. I focus scouted interior O-line. It said it was the weakest class in this position, or the weakest, nope, I said that backwards, weakest position in this class, but I guess you shouldn't trust that because there is 1 top 5 talent, 4 first round talents, and 4 first to second round talents. It is unbelievably strong as per usual. I mean, we could even take Booth here and have it be fair. I'd just rather trade down. I'll trade down to about 18. We could probably get away with trading down farther. I don't want to risk it. I don't know. I'm looking at left guard. I mean, I know that's the position of the player. I'm just a little stupid. I meant to go to picks, but let's trade down and we'll see what kind of value we can get. But okay, we're getting a 2, 3, and a 4, and then a first next year to move all the way from 3 to 18, which I don't know if that's like super fair for us, but it's, I don't know. I'm bad with trade trade value. I just use the trade calculator, whatever. Is the guard still available? I think he is. He'll probably be available for a little bit. Did I say probby? I don't know. I don't know what I said. But I don't want to take any risks, so we'll just take him here. Top 5 talent. I need to turn that off. I need to remember. Rank number 5, so he's as bad as he possibly could be, but I mean, that's still the 5th best player picked at 18. We'll take it. Let me turn that off. I don't want to look at Roger Goodell anymore. But pick 3 in round 2. I don't know what we're going to do anymore. There are good guards, but like we literally just took one. There's a good corner, but we have like 5. There is a top 5 talent QB. Now, I'm not one for taking stupid picks, except I absolutely am. But like, surely one of these QBs have to be good, right? Like, there can't be all these guys and like not one of them is good. That sentence didn't make sense, but you know what I mean, maybe. I don't know. None of them look like fantastic though. I'm bad at scouting QBs because I always just set it as the position if I know we're gonna take one. So I haven't ever really had to like just pick one. I mean, I literally did in the last rebuild, I think, but I'm not used to it. I might just go with John McLeod just in case. Because like, what else are we gonna pick here? We're pretty good. Actually, is there an edge rusher left? I focus scouted a couple. There's a decent one, Steven Sapp. We might do that instead. That's the safer pick. I mean, we literally just spent the number 1 pick on one last year though. Did I say literally? I don't know. I'm having a rough time today. But do we take Sapp? Would there even be a point in taking Sapp? I don't know. Because he won't see the field no matter what. I mean, barely. I'm not gonna do it. We'll just stick with the 2 we have. Let's take a chance on McLeod, which is probably a worse pick, but we're in, I've said this like a million times and I still don't know if it's true, but we're kind of in a position to take risks because we have so many picks. Probably bad. Ranked 141. Okay, not the best, but he has hidden devs, so that's something. I got what I asked for. Oh, this feels like bait again. Corey Ware looks pretty good at safety. I don't know. We'll either go with him or another guard. Let's just take Corey Ware. I'm tempted. I'll what's the word I'm looking for? I'll feed my temptations. Where did he go? How did I go to strong safety? I don't know how I did that. Ranked 61. This is a terrible draft so far. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to lock in. Let's go with Will Kennard. First round talent guard. Sounds good to me. Ranked 18. No dev trait though for a guard that good. I don't know if I've ever seen that because he's not a pass protector and he's an actual first round talent. I don't know the last time I've drafted a guard that's like actually good and not a pass protector and doesn't have a dev trait. The game is just against me today. I don't know. All right, I should probably hang him up. I should probably retire from drafting. I got one more terrible pick in me. Who should we take? Is there a receiver who looks fine? Ooh, wait a minute. All 3 of these guys actually look good. Keegan Jennings is the youngest. Good agility, great acceleration, B medium route, A spec catch as a playmaker. We'll take him. He's fine. I suck. What happened? Where did my drafting skill go? I mean, this is a fine pick. I feel like in these drafting only rebuilds, I get way worse at drafting. I don't know why. I'm not normally this bad. I mean, at least I acknowledged that the picks would be bad, but still. All right, James Fairley looks fairly good. I'm hilarious, and you should subscribe if you haven't already. I'm having a hard time speaking, but we'll take him. Ranked 21. Okay, he's better. Hidden dev. That's a good pick. We'll take it. I mean, I said we had a bad class. We've gotten like 4 first-round talents. I would say that's pretty good. But okay, here's how we did. Joe Booth, 81 overall. Very good player. 94 strength, 97 impact block. Again, A pluses. Why are they not a thing? But John McLeod, I don't want to talk about it. I mean, to be fair, I knew what I was getting, and I still did it. Corey Ware, don't want to talk about it. Will Kennard is good, just no dev trait, unfortunately. He'll be a backup, but he'll be a really good backup. And then Jennings is fine, but Fairley's better. 76 overall hidden dev. Good route runner, 84 spec catch and catching, 95 acceleration, 90 change of direction, 87 ball carrier vision. I always got to check whenever I see someone that looks like this. Running back, 80 overall. I mean, we're not going to do that, but we could. Wait, we could. This isn't a realistic rebuild, and we don't have a receiving back. We can still maybe play him as a slot, but I don't think he would see the field as a receiver. He's 6'2", though. What would Jennings be at running back? Does he look like he would be a good one? Wait, Jennings had a dev trait? Why did I forget that? He also looks like he would be good at running back. Not as good. What would you be? 77? You know what? I think we're gonna do that. Either that or Jennings at receiver and Fairley at running back. Maybe that's what we should do, because Jennings is 2 years younger. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The CPU did something. Joe Weary is fine. He's actually pretty decent. And then these picks were bad. But all right, let's get into year 5. Probably not the final year, but we'll see. We could overperform. You never know. But okay, we're looking solid heading into year number 5. Up to an 83, which is a passable team. I don't even know if we have the lowest overall anymore. We'll have to check. We might be like NFL caliber finally. And we should, I mean, we're probably the youngest team by a mile, so I think there's almost no shot that we're the lowest overall team by the end of the year at least, but we'll see if we are right now. But yeah, we should develop a ton either way. We had an 83 offense and then an 84 defense. I mean, we have some pretty good players. Like Gardner and Allison are both playing up to a 91. I did not intentionally scroll over here. If you just saw that my controller acts super weird. It came with the Xbox that I have, and I think it has issues. I bought it refurbished because I'm cheap, I guess. I don't know. But we'll have to see how we do this year. There is a legitimate shot that we trade Hutchinson at the midseason this year. Because, like I said, like I've been saying, he has not done super well. And the excuse can't really be the offense around him anymore, because it's actually pretty solid now. It isn't the best, you know, I'll give him that, but even then, he's just not doing super well. And we could probably get a lot for him based on his overall. Well, damn, as an 86, he's only the 22nd ranked QB. I think I need to change my XP sliders, because I don't love that happens. But the problem is, like, if I was doing a franchise, if I was doing a rebuild on my own, I would go weak draft classes and probably keep the XP sliders at like the base value. So stuff like this doesn't happen where an 86 overall QB is ranked number 22. So again, we might trade him. We'll see. Depends on how we're doing. But all right, I feel like there was something else I was going to say. Oh, well, we'll see if I remember it. But let's get to the midseason point. Oh yeah, I was going to check our overall, where that ranks. Probably still the worst. The Raiders are the same overall as us. I guess they're technically slightly better because they have an 83 offense and an 85 defense. We only have an 84. And then the Browns, same deal as the Raiders. But we're all the same overall, and we should pass them up pretty quick. Oh, the Titans too. They have a really good defense, but a really bad offense. So we're not like far and away the worst anymore. We're just tied for it. We'll take it at this point. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna do too. We are gonna go with, oh, I already did it, the Chiefs offense this year. I don't love the offense we had, especially after the preseason. It did terribly. So I changed it to the Chiefs to get the tight end involved, all that good stuff. So hopefully our offense can be good. I don't know, but let's get to the end of the year and we will see how we do. Or I lied, we'll get to the midseason. You know what I meant, maybe. But we're 2-5 or 2-4 at the midseason. I'm always a game behind here, but let's see. It looks like we have a pretty, we're not great for points per game on either side of the ball. On defense, we're at least good for yards, but even though we have the Chiefs offense, we're only 12th for passing yards per game. And then of course, last for rush yards. Okay, Hutchinson is doing well. We won't get rid of him. I say that, and then he's gonna suck in the second half of the year. Oh, George Shepard is actually doing okay, just not getting many attempts. 4.2 per carry though. Oh, okay, well, let's bench Gil McCarthy. He's terrible for some reason. And then we have an okay amount of sacks. We just have a lot of underperform. Did that say we have 0 interceptions? Yeah, that's kind of an issue too. Just a slight one. Not like we have a great secondary or anything. But all right, who are we gonna have to re-sign this year? We could make some trades. Paul Allison is one of the 2 big ones. How has he done? Okay, he's actually been really good. Okay, he's had weird stats. So his rookie year, he had 3 interceptions, 12 pass deflections. Year 2, he had 3 interceptions, 2 pass deflections. Year 3, he had 2 interceptions and 0 pass deflections. So just a little bit of a downscale there. I think it's because he was playing free safety year 1, so maybe we should move him back to free safety, but we'll re-sign him. We'll try player friendly. He probably won't take this, but we might as well try. 6 years, 127 mil. Oh, and he does. Okay, cool. Dylan Gardner, how has he done? He's been good. Lots of TFLs. He's on pace for like 30 TFLs. Literally almost 30 TFLs. That's crazy. I mean, he won't get that, but he'll probably finish with 10 knowing Madden. But we'll go 4 years, 116. Doesn't take it. Isaiah Wheaton isn't interested, and it's not hard to get a corner. I'm kind of wondering if we should trade him, but he has gotten picks, which is rare for Madden. Should we make any trades here? Would anyone be interested in someone like Casey Reese? I mean, he's the number 84 ranked corner. He's basically like a 69 overall in real life. George Rosenberg, number 39, so he's like a solid tight end too. Maybe we could trade him. Would he start for anyone? Maybe the Colts, because Ogletree's 30. He would start for the Dolphins. Dolphins. So I guess we could trade him. Oh, the Dolphins don't have any cap space. We'll take a 5th for him. I think that's about fair. I mean, he will be a starter, so maybe we could have gotten more, but whatever. We'll probably take like another X-Factor blocking tight end with that pick or something. What is this receiving core? This might be one of the worst position groups I've ever seen for a team in this game. An 81 is basically like a 74 here. Like, Demario Douglas has not developed very well, and he's their number 1. I don't know exactly what like the 66th best receiver in the NFL is, but that's what Demario Douglas is here, so this is not a great group. We'll trade Brooks for a 6. We're basically just getting whatever we can here for these players, because like we're not going to make the playoffs this year, so we might as well trade them. And we'll take a 5 for Casey Reese. He'll start for the Bucks. So teams get a few okay starters, at least upgrades, and we get some picks, so we'll take it. But we could also trade Wheaton here. We might re-sign him. That's why I don't really want to. Let's see. If he takes player friendly, how about this? If he takes player friendly, I'll re-sign him. But if he doesn't, I'm trading him. We're trading you. I mean, it's not like cap is an issue, though. We're not paying anyone. We could just offer him very player friendly at the end of the year. But you know what? If you don't want to be here, then get out of here. Who would he be a number 1 for? He would be a number 1 for the Bengals and the Chargers and the Dolphins easily. For a number 1 corner, I'll actually charge a 3rd. We'll send him to the 49ers, but I'll refill out. I guess I can't refill out our depth. I can't sign any free agents. So let's get to the draft. Or well, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Let's get to the end of the year first, and we'll see how this team does in the second to last year. But okay, actually, before I reveal how we did in year number 4, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. Did I say if you haven't already twice? I don't know. Probably. I also think I said year 4. I think it's year 5. Whatever. But leave a like on the video. It helps out the channel. I would appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to hit 70K. Trying to hit 100K by the end of the month. Or no, end of the year. 70K by the end of the month. So if you like rebuilds, be sure to subscribe. And if you know anyone that might like the channel, be sure to share it with them too if you want. And you know, you can say you are an OG of the channel for when we inevitably hit 10 million subscribers, definitely. But I've been forgetting to do this because I'm stupid. But question of the day. Let me know this down in the comments. Let's see, what's a good question of the day today? Let's see. Ooh, very specific to today. I guess this maybe isn't the best question of the day ever, because I'm sure most of the people seeing this will see this after this already happened. But who do you think is gonna win between the Chiefs and Ravens tonight? I mean, I'm recording this the day before, but when this comes out, the game will be tonight. Who do you think, Chiefs or Ravens? I'm gonna take the Chiefs because it's in Kansas City, but I mean, the Ravens have a chance. Also, that's an insane first game. I don't know. The Ravens O-line scares me a little bit, and the Chiefs didn't really get much worse. So I'll say Chiefs, but let me know who you think is gonna win down in the comments. And if it already happened, then I don't know. You can cheat and just answer whoever won. Crazy that Rashee Rice still hasn't been suspended, though. That's weird. But all right, in year number 5, we finished 8-9, and we barely missed the playoffs. I mean, I don't know. We could have made it at 9-8. Looks like the Commanders made it at 9-8, so we might have. Hard to say. So maybe we shouldn't have traded players away at the midseason. I just didn't think we would bounce back this year. Usually, it kind of depends, but usually if you're struggling in terms of points per game at the midseason, it doesn't get much better, but I guess sometimes it does. It just depends, but we did bounce back. But this gives me hope for next year. We actually did okay this year. We almost had a winning record, just 1 game off. And I mean, we won the last 2 games. I almost wish we didn't, but I guess I'm glad we did because it gives me more hope for next year. But obviously, if we didn't win those, we would have a better pick, so I don't know which is better. But let's check out our season stats. Charles Hutchinson, very good year, 4,500 yards, 31 touchdowns, only 9 picks. His first good year, for sure. I saw something interesting, though. I forgot to bench the left tackle at the midseason. He got sacked 46 times behind a pretty good offensive line. This game, man, I hate it. But Shepard, 700 yards, 3.8 per carry, 7 touchdowns. But Mike Bass, 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns, 1,100 for Boone, and then 800 for Fairley and Beach. So looks like the Chiefs' offense was a good move, even though, you know, our offense definitely had its struggles. The passing game was at least good. But what wasn't good is our 82 overall left tackle, allowing 18 sacks. That's fun. You know, out of curiosity, just to give me room to complain, he's the number 20 ranked left tackle in the league. Let's go to my good old custom rosters, which aren't fully complete yet. I know this is a bit of a yap sesh, but let's see. Let's just even check in the Madden rosters, just the regular ones. In the Madden rosters, okay, maybe this is a bad example, Orlando Brown. Let's say Zach Tom. That's like Zach Tom allowing 20 sacks, or 18 sacks. In real life, I don't even know, I guess PFF has sack stats. I don't know how accurate they are, but he allowed, also, is he gonna be their left tackle? I don't know, but he allowed 2 sacks last year in real life, so that's realistic. 18, 2, what's the difference, really? How many did Orlando Brown allow? I'm sure a few more, but I don't know if he allowed too many more. 7, still a lot different than 18. And then I'm sure Charles Leno allowed a few, because Sam Howell holds the ball for 18. No, he only allowed 3, okay. I don't know why Commanders fans hated Charles Leno so much. Sam Howell is slowly morphing into my least favorite player in the league. Not for any of his own fault. Well, a little bit. I mostly just don't like Sam Howell truthers who are Seahawks fans. All right, that was a long yap sesh. I just wanted to complain about Madden and just drive the point home. Plummer allowed 10 sacks. Not that he's amazing, but he is the 22nd ranked center. He's not that bad. He's not 10 sacks at center bad. Really, none of our linemen were very good this year, despite being like solid players. But Lindley, 129 tackles, led the team. TFL's 22 for Gardner, 14 for Peak, 10 for Sanchez, and sacks, 14 for Akeem Peak, 8 for Shaquille Nichols. Still not worth the #1 pick, but that's better than last year. Gardner, 5.5, only 5 for Sanchez this year. It's kind of a fun story though. Like, he started as a 67 overall and has turned into a decent player. Now he doesn't play very well, but still interesting. I'm half tempted to draft a new edge rusher because I do not trust either. I feel like they're both gonna get like 5 sacks next year. I mean, they just about did. They averaged like 6.5 between the two of them, which isn't amazing. But Lindley, 3 picks, led the team. 2 for Hargrave and then 1 for a couple players. But yearly awards, MVP goes to Mahomes, big surprise. No Hutchinson still. Offensive player of the year goes to Puka Nacua. Mike Bass at number 5, we'll take it. Defensive player of the year goes to Zach Windsor. Kind of rare to see a Madden generated player win an award, at least this early on. I mean, I know we're not that early, but like normally these lists are almost all real life players. But Peak at number 6, Lindley at number 10. Lindley's been so good. He's been up here, not every year, but at least the last 2 for defensive player of the year. But Fairley at number 3 for offensive rookie of the year. We still haven't gotten number 2 for anything, thankfully. I shouldn't have said that. Now we're gonna get it for defensive. Did we even have any defensive rookies get playing time? I don't know. I don't think we did. Some Seahawks player wins it, but yeah, no Vikings. But hey, let's get into, for sure, the final off season, no matter what happens last year. I mean, what happens next year, in the last year. I want to make the playoffs at some point. If we are like really bad next year, which is possible, then we might go another year, but we'll see. The Cardinals were in the I feel like the Cardinals end up in the Super Bowl a lot now in Madden. I don't know why, but sure. I need to cut Justin Jefferson. His 27 upgrade points are annoying me. But all right, we have some re-signings. Actually, did we get them all dealt with? Oh no, that's right. We still have Gardner, who got X Factor. So we'll go very player friendly. I think we have to, which is fine. I mean, what are we gonna do with this money? We might as well even up it just to guarantee. 5 years, 175 mil, and he obviously takes it. I mean, worst case scenario, we could have tagged him. But we'll pick up the 5th year for Mike Bass. We'll pick up the 5th year. We won't pick up the 5th year for Gil McCarthy. He was terrible. I don't know what we're gonna do about left tackle this year, but we need to do something. We might put McCarthy back at guard. I don't know. God, he's been terrible though. Like, this isn't even that bad of a player. Like, this is a Orlando Brown Jr. caliber player, yet he's terrible. Like, what is this? Like, it's a Zach Tom caliber player, at least according to Madden, I guess. But all right, let's get to the draft and we'll see what we can do. But all right, we pick at number 15 and 19 this year, but I have no idea what I want to do. Ooh, now I do. There are some good pass rushers this year. I focus scouted both. I don't know if this has ever happened. Both Don Ferguson and Garrett English are actually good. That's crazy. That's like a first time experience. Ooh, even Brock Shepard actually looks solid, but he doesn't have the best play rec, but he does have A finesse, B power. That's pretty good, but he looks like a bad run defender, a really bad run defender. So, all right, let's see if we can get both of them. The first one projected to go is English. We still need to go with a tackle / guard. We need to remember that. I haven't looked at him at all. Surely there's a good one though. I think Summers is pretty good, and Daniel Thomas looks pretty good too. So I think we can get a good guard. But first, we'll take Garrett English. We might start both of these edge rushers just because the ones we've had have been bad. Ranked number 19, got him at 15. We'll take it. Normal dev. They're both gonna have normal dev, aren't they? That's what's gonna happen. Just because this game loves me. I'm in pain. Don Ferguson, surely you won't have normal dev. Ranked 21, got him at 19. Okay, he is hidden, thankfully. Neither of those were like the best picks. I mean, they were fine. We got one at 15, he was ranked 19. One at 19, he's 21, so that's fine. It's necessary. It's a necessary evil. I guess Madden as a whole is a necessary evil. Like, there needs to be a football video game, and they just happen to be the one that pays the most. I guess that's not really the same thing, but I don't know. Whatever. We'll go with Daniel Thomas. He looks good. Oh my god, I knew it. Look for pass protectors with good run blocking and A impact block. The best player in the class at number 47. We are so back. And let's see, I want a tight end. First to second round talent, Kurt Cash. Sure, why not? Ranked 48, got him at 79. Good pick. Hidden dev, of course. Can't wait for that to be X Factor. No, now that I'm saying it, it's gonna be star. Somehow gonna be normal, even though he has hidden. Knowing my luck. But all right, what should be our last pick of this rebuild? What do we need? Do we have any other big needs? We kind of got everything. Is there another good run blocker, pass blocker? A sentence doesn't really make sense, but you know what I mean. Is Mason Nicholson good? He might be. Doesn't check the impact block or run block boxes, but does have good strength and all A pass block ratings and A awareness. He might be good. I might take him just because I fear for our offensive line still, even though it's good. All right, we'll take him, I think. Ranked 92. Okay, he isn't great, but he's fine. All right, let's get to the end of the draft and we will see how we did. But okay, here's how we did in the final draft of the rebuild. At least I think it's gonna be. We'll see. It's a good draft. I mean, we got the best player in the class who isn't actually like that good, but he's good. I've been forgetting to check like the best players who got picked, so I should do that, and I'll probably forget again even though I just said it. But Garrett English and Don Ferguson are both 76s. Daniel Thomas an 81. We'll have to see where we're gonna play him. I mean, he could be our left tackle, but I don't know if I trust a rookie there in Madden. In real life, I'd be more comfortable with a rookie at left tackle than in Madden, whether they're good or not. But Kurt Cash, 75 overall. That was a good pick at tight end. He'll be our number 2. And then my last pick was Chris Cardona, just because he's a blocking tight end, so we of course had hidden dev. Oh yeah, and this, what's his name? Cole Holloman. I took him because he had like all A ratings, 96 jumping, 88 spec catch, 87 catch in traffic. Let me do the whole out of curiosity thing again. What is he gonna be at tight end? If this was like Madden 18 or something, he might be a 90 at tight end, but maybe a 77. I mean, that's good. We could put him at tight end, but we'll just keep him at receiver. And then I don't know what the CPU did. A 65 overall was the first pick, and then another D lineman, and then a bad safety. Cool. I should just make every pick, apparently. I don't know. But let's get into the final season, and we will see how the team's looking. But okay, here is a look at the team heading into the final year. I don't know how to feel about this team. This team could either be amazing or absolutely just the worst thing ever. I don't know. We should theoretically be good. We're up to an 87 overall, which should be up to maybe a 90 by the end of the year. But either way, I think this is gonna be the final year. I don't want to make this too long of a video after uploading a almost 3-hour long video yesterday, my longest ever. Go watch that if you need something to like fall asleep to or something. I don't know. It's a Cowboys 10-year rebuild. It's a lot of fun. It was very successful. No spoilers. I mean, shocking. The Cowboys were successful in Madden. No way. But either way, what I'm trying to say is I think this is going to be the final year because I don't want this video to be too long, but we'll see if we make the playoffs. We deserve to, but you never know with Madden. I moved some pieces around on defense too. I guess not too much, but I put Allison back at free safety where he was better. I moved Craig to strong safety. And then I like moved Sullivan back to safety because we drafted him as a terrible linebacker. I put him at safety, and then I decided to put him back to linebacker, and now he's back at safety. So, and then I moved McLean to linebacker, who was a safety. Was that noteworthy? Not really. I don't know why I brought it up, but whatever. And then I didn't forget to draft a corner because I knew we needed one. It just happened to be a horrible corner class by the time I was gonna pick one, which was like the 4th round or 3rd. I can't remember, but thankfully we did draft Ware because he's gonna be our starting slot corner this year. And that might not be the worst thing in the world. Now, he is the 145th ranked corner in the league, so that's not great, but he's only 23, so he should develop, hopefully, ideally. But all right, I think that's all there is to note about the team. Actually, one last thing. We got a good amount of dev traits. Eric Sanchez got he got superstar. I'm gonna assume it's a Pro Bowl when it doesn't say why. At one point in like an older game, I thought it used to say Pro Bowl if it gave you like a superstar dev or just a dev trait in general, but it doesn't anymore. Peak got X Factor. He was a monster last year. Has been for the last 2 years. Let's see, what other ones did we get? I think that was it on defense. I mean, maybe something like, I think Gardner did, but I think we already saw that. Yeah, but I don't think we got any on offense. Oh well, though. The big question this year is our offensive line, so hopefully it can do all right. But let's finally get into this year. We are not the best team in the league, but not the worst either. We're solid, I would say. There's some that are like 85s, but there's 190, a few 89s, so we're good. There's an 84. Who was the 84? The Colts? They're usually really good, so I don't know what happened to them. But all right, let's get to the end of year number 5 or year 6, and we will see how this team does. I don't know if we're gonna be great, but we'll see. We might do a year 7 if we are bad enough. Hell, let's just make this a 10-year rebuild all over again. All right, I'm making an executive decision here. We're going to a year 7. We finish 8-9 again, despite being a 91 overall now. What happened? Charles Hutchinson was insane. Almost 4,700 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 16 picks. I mean, this is real life insane. In Madden, this is just good. He had a lot of picks, but like, look at Bobby Watson's stats for the Falcons, which I wasn't necessarily thinking about picking him, but I was thinking about picking him. I don't know if he would have been as good here, but I don't know. I mean, if you go down in terms of passer rating, it takes a while to get to Hutchinson. Despite this insane looking year, he was still like bottom 10. Also, Lamar was bottom 10. I don't understand this game, man. Michael Penix on the Cowboys up there. Sure. All right, we'll go one more year. Shepard was not very good, but like, that's what we expected he would be. Mike Bass, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Fairley, 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. Beach, 900 yards, 850 for Boone. Booth at left tackle, which was much better than McCarthy. I put McCarthy at right guard because I did not trust him. And then Daniel Thomas at left guard. That definitely worked out. And then I benched Wheeler at the midseason for Farr, and that definitely worked out. So the O-line actually ended up being pretty good. I had to do a few things, but it worked. And then on defense, 133 tackles for Lindley led the team. TFLs, 18 for Gardner and Peak, and then sacks, 10 for Nichols, 9 for Peak, 8.5 for Sanchez, and 8 for Gardner. So good pass rush, very well-rounded. Everyone got 8 to 10, all 4 players. Just nobody was a monster this year like Peak was last year. Interceptions, 3 for Hargrave and Lindley, and then 2 for Ware, Craig, Frazier, and Allison. So we'll go one more year. What else can we even draft to this team, though? I don't even know. But Hutchinson was up there for MVP, number 9. We'll take it. I'm surprised. I mean, he threw a lot of picks, but that would definitely be an MVP season in real life. I just didn't think it would be, or it would be a close to MVP year in real life. I just didn't think it would be up here in Madden. That probably would have been an MVP season in real life this year because so many quarterbacks got hurt. But Offensive Player of the Year, Mike Bass at number 8. Lindley at 6 for Defensive Player of the Year. Kurt Cash at number 5 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Chris Cardona at 8. Lots of alliteration, kind of. And then nobody for Defensive Rookie of the Year because did we have any defensive rookies? I mean, we had to have. I just can't remember who. Oh yeah, we had the edge rushers, but they didn't see the field because I didn't realize Sanchez got superstar. Oh God. Ferguson's gonna have like X Factor and I'm gonna regret not starting him, isn't he? Let me see. Okay, no, he only has star. I mean, I kind of wish he had X Factor almost, but whatever. But let's get into, for sure now, the final year. I just want to make the playoffs with this team. It would be so disappointing never making the playoffs. I might also change the defensive playbook. I might change the defensive scheme. I mean, we don't have enough linebackers on the roster to do that, but like, has our defense been good once? It's put up solid numbers, but never has it been like good as a whole. But it's super good on paper. So I'm thinking we should change it. I just don't know what a good 3-4 defensive playbook is. I don't. They always suck whenever I try one. Let's see. I always see the Titans up here. I don't know if I'm brave enough to actually use it though. Steelers went 14-3, 4-13, despite allowing the 4th least points in the league. So I don't even want to know what their offense looked like. That's actually pretty realistic. Well, not 4-13, but great offense and worst defense, great defense, worst offense in the league. That's tough. Should we try the Titans just for fun? You know what? You got to learn at some point. Let's find out. Are the Titans good in Madden? Their defensive playbook, at least. We'll see. But let's get into absolutely guaranteed, no matter matter what happens next year, the final off season. I don't want this to be a 2-hour long video, but it already might be getting close. I'll try to make this off season quick. I might not even take too many picks, but I think we're gonna have a solid amount of re-signings. We'll see. Okay, we have to re-sign Kobe Lindley, Charles Hutchinson, Silas Frazier. We'll pick up the 5th year for Shaquille Nichols. He's been whatever. Gil McCarthy, I'm good. Greg Oliver, we'll see. Daniel Farr was actually pretty good at right tackle, but literally nobody's interested at all. I don't know if I've ever seen this. Like, not a soul is interested. Isaiah Wharton, whoever that is a tiny bit interested, but he's literally the only one, other than I guess Nichols, because that's just a 5th year. But Lindley, he rejected our offer at the midseason, so we'll see if he takes this one. 6 years, 107 mil. Off the bat, doesn't take it. Very player friendly for Charles Hutchinson. 7 years, 425 mil. He takes it, thankfully. Silas Frazier. He isn't very expensive at all. 5 years, 60 mil. Sure, he takes it. Gil McCarthy, I'm good. Greg Oliver, I think I don't want to get too comfortable with letting everyone go, because like we're gonna need to replace them. But those two, Daniel Farr rejects us. George Shepard will pick up the 5th year, even though he's been horrible. Raphael Craig. Jalen Wheeler was bad this year. Craig, I'll re-sign if he wants to, but I still might draft a safety. He doesn't re-sign. That's fine. We still have so much money, though. We might as well just try to re-sign these players. Like, we have nothing else to do with the money. 5 years, 94 mil for Greg Oliver. I think I already offered him a deal and he rejected it. Doesn't take it. Gil McCarthy, I already offered him a deal. Doesn't re-sign. So we'll tag Lindley. It's not that expensive. And then we might re-sign these guys in free agency. We might as well try. I mean, what else are we going to do with the money? Why does everyone hate us, though? I mean, we haven't made the playoffs once, so I guess that's understandable, but even when that happens in rebuilds, it isn't this bad. But all right, let's see if we can get these guys back. You know, obviously the thing is we can't sign players, but this is just re-signing essentially. We aren't adding these players, obviously. Who was it? Or what positions were they? McCarthy. Where's Oliver? Right end. And then Wheeler. Ideally, none of these guys will start next year, but they could. And then was that it? There was one more, right? Maybe that was it, because we tagged the linebacker. So these three, I don't know how bad we need them back, but might as well, because we need to do something with the money. We get Wheeler, we get Oliver, and we get McCarthy back. Okay, cool. Let's get to the final draft. I'll try to make it quick. You know, it would be kind of cool if there was a different draft presentation at the start of the draft instead of the same exact video every year. Like, at least make two and have them alternate. It's kind of lame just seeing the same one over and over. I mean, I guess that's nitpicky, but whatever. We pick at number 11. That's kind of surprising, because last year we picked it, like, I don't even remember. I'm not even going to try to remember, but I feel like it was later, even though we had the same record. Whatever. Let's see what we want to do at number 11. There were some good... Ooh, okay. So I forgot about Farr. That was the 4th player I couldn't think of, so he's gone. But Nathan Stockton, we could maybe trade down, but I don't even want to. Or maybe we couldn't, because he's ranked 20, so we could maybe trade down a tiny bit, but I wouldn't want to risk it. I think we're gonna take him. The top 5 corners gone. Did he just go? Because I think he was projected mid-first. I think he did. It was either Douglas or Poole, one of the two. So let's go with Nathan Stockton. Also, there was not a single draftable center. One hasn't been picked yet. It's not like there was one good one and he's just off the board. There was not a single draftable one. So it's a bad year to need a center. Thankfully we don't. But let's go with Nathan Stockton out of Oklahoma State. Top 5 talent. Ranked number 1 in the class. Hidden dev, 96 strength. Back-to-back years with the number 1 player in the class? Did we do that last year or the year before? I don't know. Either way. I'm also realizing I forgot to check the best players last year. Again. Whatever. But round 2 of, I think, 3 that I'm going to take. Let's go with the corner. We still kind of need one for sure. Brian Teague, first round talent. Sure. Ranked 17. Hidden dev. Sounds good to me. And then let's see. Just to be sure, there's no like big need that we have that I'm just not thinking of, right? I mean, we can maybe take a receiver. We're probably fine there. It would be hard to get a better one. Oh yeah, we didn't get the safety back either. I'm stupid, whatever. There wasn't a good safety though, so I might just take another corner. But I think we're gonna go with Manny Bowen. I would go with the safety because we obviously need a safety, but there just isn't a good one. There wasn't one to begin with, unless Will Dunn is good, but he's a zone safety with C to F zone, so probably not. He actually looks like a good run defender. He has A pursuit, B play rec, B to D tackle. That's kind of interesting. He just doesn't have very good strength. Yeah, we'll go with Bowen. Probably the last pick of this rebuild. This has been a fun one. Let's take him. Ranked 13, got him at 75. Normal dev, whatever. That's to be expected with a mid-round corner in Madden. So we'll take it, but I think, should I take the rest of I'll take the rest of these picks. I trust myself more than the CPU at this point, so I'll make a few more picks and we will see how we did in our final draft. But okay, this definitely was a very good final draft. Nathan Stockton, 83 overall at guard. I'm glad I focus scouted him. 99 impact block. We need 99, or we need A+ ratings. I don't know why they're not a thing. Please. It makes drafting more complicated because you have no way of knowing if it's just like an 86 or a 99, where in real life you could probably tell. But Brian Teague, hidden dev, 77 zone, or 81 zone, 77 overall. I was like spacing out and just talking. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was saying. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking about. But Manny Bowen, 78, no dev trait. And then I made some interesting picks. Telvin Pryor, decent running back. He's had A awareness, which is slowly becoming my strategy for running backs because, I mean, he's decent. It was like a good pick, but it was kind of pointless. But like, there wasn't much we could do anyways. And then Wesley is solid. Dylan Homan is bad. And then Warren Hill was a 72 at outside linebacker, but went down to a 70, but he's still good. Hidden dev. We just needed linebacker depth. I don't think we had any backup linebackers, or at least no decent ones. So good final draft. Ooh, there was a really good running back early and a good QB. This was a good class. I wish I knew what last year's was. I don't know why I kept forgetting to check. DJ Wiener. There was a fullback that got drafted, and he's really good. That's interesting. But all right, let's get into the final year, and we will see how this team does. But okay, here is one final look at the team heading into the year. We'll make this quick. 89 overall, very good offense, even better defense at a 91. So we should be a 90-something by the end of the year, assuming everything goes right, which not everything can go right, especially in Madden. We'll be lucky to make the playoffs with what is probably one of the best overall teams in the league. But yeah, this team is great. We really don't have any flaws. Our secondary has gotten a little thin, surprisingly, just because I kind of neglected corner for a while, or just secondary in general. So we have a couple rookies starting there in Bowen and Teague. We are going to start both of them. And Stockton is going to start at right tackle. We'll see how that goes. I have no idea, but should be fine. I mean, I would definitely prefer him at guard, being as strong as he is, but we'll see. He's also pretty fast. 71 speed, 81 excel, so it should be fine. Not that that matters in Madden, but if we're talking real life terms. But let's get to the end of year 7. I think this is the longest one of these I've ever done. Longest draft only 0 overall rebuilds. So I hope y'all have enjoyed, but let's see how we end this thing. Can we finally make the playoffs with, let's see, not the highest overall team in the league, but one of the highest overall teams in the league at an 89, tied for like 3rd. We'll see what happens. All right, well, before I show how we did in the final year, let's go over our stats, shall we? Charles Hutchinson was great, 4,100 yards, 41 touchdowns, 10 picks. He actually did turn into a good player, so that's cool. George Shepard was terrible. This was like his worst year yet, 3.5 yards per carry. Yeah, that is the worst he's had so far. I don't know why he's getting worse despite becoming a better overall, but whatever. But Lance Boone, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, only 900 for Bass, 15 touchdowns, 900 for Fairley, 800 for Beach. Why would Joe Booth, the second ranked left tackle in the league, do well? He allowed 20 sacks this year, and I even benched him. Well, I didn't bench him. I moved him to center, and I put Plummer at left tackle. This game is so terrible. If you haven't bought this game already, don't buy it. Who is the second ranked left tackle in Madden? Out of curiosity. If it wants to load, but I guess not. Tyron Smith. How many sacks did Tyron Smith allow last year? He allowed 3, which is more than I expected, but you know what that isn't? That isn't the 20 that Booth allowed. This game, man, I can't deal with this. This is so stupid. The rest of our line was good, at the very least, but Lindley, 124 tackles, TFLs, 13 for Nichols, 12 for Gardner, and sacks, 9.5 for Gardner, 8.5 for Oliver, 8 for Pete, 5.5 for English, and 2.5 from Nichols, who's the number 5 ranked outside linebacker. Don't even get me started. I don't care anymore. I don't even want to check who's the number 5 ranked, and 2.5 for Sanchez. All right, maybe the Titans playbook isn't great. I have no idea though, because this game's so inconsistent. But if you couldn't tell from my very positive tone, we didn't make the playoffs. We went 8-9 for the 3rd year in a row. But hey, I did all I could here today. We built a 92 overall team, which, let me check. Where does that rank? That would be, the Lions are a 91. What are the Jets? 91. Falcons are a 91. Cowboys, there are a lot of 91s. The Chiefs are a 92. Okay, we're not separated as the highest overall team, but through only drafting, we built tied for the highest overall team in the league, and we didn't make the playoffs once because this game is garbage. Like I said, don't buy this game. I will because, you know, I have to, but, well, I already have. I mean, but, like, you know what I mean. I do buy it because I have to, but don't do it. Not until they actually improve it, which they probably never will because I don't have any competition. But either way, we built pretty much as good of a roster as we possibly could have here today. So if you want to see me do this again, be sure to leave a like. It's been more successful when I've done this other times. We just got unlucky with simulation, but again, the roster's amazing, and this was a lot of fun. And also, let me know any fun ideas y'all have down in the comments. But thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.